Hello everyone, today I'll be explaining the concept of superposition. Now for the circuit here, they're asking you to find I0. Now I0, to find it, you're gonna have to first find the effect of the current source here on the circuit while short-circuiting the voltage source. And then second, you'll open circuit the current source to find the effect of the voltage source itself. Now, why I didn't mention the dependent voltage source is because the dependent voltage source is somehow a control. So if you set it to 0, that means that I0 must be 0, but it cannot be 0. So that's why you keep the dependent voltage source and you use mesh analysis to find I0. Now, for the first case, let's say you make this a short circuit. Now you will have I0 dash, which is one value of I0. I0 equals to I0 dash plus I0 double dash. This is for the two scenarios. So I0 dash is for this scenario where you short circuit the voltage source. Double dash is when you open circuit the current source. Now for this one you will have 3 loops. First loop is like this, second loop is like this, and third loop is like this, each with their own current. For this one the current is 4 amps, or we just call it I1. This one is I2, and this one is I3. Now let's write the equations for them. For loop 1, to find the current in loop 1, I1 we already know that it's 4 amps, so that is it for the loop 1. Loop 2, though, it's gonna use I2. So now loop 2, you're gonna have, first let's start with this one over here. It's gonna be 2I2 minus 5I0, and then after that plus 1 times I2 minus I3. Now why I2 minus I3? It's because the current here is the one that's prioritized, so it's going to be the direction of this one minus the direction of this one. So I2 minus I3. And then let's continue, you have the 3 ohms here, so it's going to be plus 3 times I2 minus I1. Now all this should equal to 0. Now for loop 3, you'll have that 5 times I3 minus I1, that is for the first resistor of the 5 ohms. It has I3 minus I1. And for 1 ohm, now we prioritize I3, so it's going to be plus 1 times I3 minus I2 this time, because I3 is prioritized. And then the last thing is going to be plus 5 I0 and plus 4 I3 equals to 0. So now for the equations, you simplify them to find I0. This is actually I0 dash, just so I can correct my mistake. It's I0 dash because the dependent power supply, it adapts to whatever current is flowing through the resistor that it needs. So this one was I0, it became I dash 0. This one also becomes I dash 0. So now one more thing here, 0 dash and I3 equals to I1. I1 equals to 4, so that means I3 plus I0 dash equals to 4 amps, or just 4. Now we can use this to put it back into the equation. Since we're looking for I0 dash, we're gonna make I3 in terms of I0 dash, so 4 minus I0 dash. Now let's replace all the I3s we see in the equation. there's one here, one over here, and on top there is one over here, and that is it. So let me replace them. You have 2i2, that's for loop 2, minus 5i0 dash, 0 dash, plus i2. Now we can open the bracket here. It's i2 and then minus i3, or minus the brackets. You would put 4 minus i0 dash. So you replace the i3. And then here plus 3 times i2 minus i1. i2 minus i1 is 4. So just put 4 instead of it. So plus 3i2. Now minus 4. 4 times 3 is 12, so minus 12. All this should equal to 0. Now when you simplify it, you're supposed to get an equation with i2 and i0 dash. That's i2 with i2, that's 3i2, 6i2. And over here, this is going to be positive i0 dash. So that means that is negative 4i0 dash. And then this is negative 4 and negative 12 becomes negative 16. Put it to the other side, it will be positive 16. So that's for loop 2. Now for loop 3, you also do the same thing. Replace i3 with all the i0 dashes you can find. So it will be like this. 5 times i3, which is that is 4 minus i0 dash. And then negative 5 i1. i1 is 4, we can replace that later. Now here plus i3 minus i2. i3 is 4 minus i0 dash. And i2 is just negative i2. Now here you have positive 5 i0 dash and positive 4 i3, which is 4 minus i0 dash. So that all equals to 0. And then now we're supposed to simplify them. You simplify the first one here. Simplify the second one, you will get 20 minus 5i0 dash minus 5 times 4, which is going to be 20, so just remove this, write 20, plus 4 minus i0 dash minus i2 plus 5i0 dash plus 16 minus 4i0 equals to 0. So that is 4i0 is negative and 5i0 dash. Now these will cancel, this one with this one, and you will have negative i0 and negative 4i0. It'll be negative 5i0 dash, and this is gone with this. Now 16 plus 4 actually will just be 20. Now you have negative i2 here equals to 0. So that means i2 is equal to 20 minus 5i0 dash. Now you replace this i2 into this equation, so it will be 6 times 20 minus 5i0 dash minus 4i0 dash equals 16. Now simplify, you'll get 120 minus 30i0 dash minus 4i0 dash equals 16. So that will be negative 104 over negative 34 equals to i0 dash. That means i0 dash equals to 52 over 17 amperes. That is for the first loop, 52 over 17 amperes. The equation for the second loop will be when you open the circuit around the current source. So now that will be two loops, one here, because everything else will just be removed over here. Now, because we already used I1, I2, and I3, so we don't confuse ourselves, just make this I4 and make this I5. Okay, so now the loop for I4, let's call it loop 4. It will be, let's start from the top, it will be 2I4 minus 5I0 double dash, because this is the second scenario, called double dash. And for 1 ohm here, it's going to be I4 minus I5, because we prioritize the current in the loop that we're finding. Now that will be plus I4 minus I5. It could be in brackets, it's multiplied by 1, so basically the same answer. Now for this one, I4 times 3, so plus 3 times I4. Because remember, this is an open circuit on the left, so there's no current from the left side. And now they'll all equal to 0. Loop 5 will be, let's start from the bottom, that is negative 20 volts. And here that is plus 5I5, and that is plus I5 minus I4, because you prioritize I5 this time for the 1 ohm resistor, in brackets as well. And you have plus 5I0 double dash and plus 4I5 equals to 0. Now one thing you can notice here is that I0 double dash is downwards and I5 is the opposite way. So now you can say that I5 equals to negative I0 double dash, because they're in different directions. Now you can use this, what you just found, to flip between I5 and I0 double dash. Let's do that for loop 4 first. Now 2I4 minus 5I0 double dash plus I4 minus, and this is negative as well, because this is negative I5, it will just be positive I0 double dash, and this is plus 3I4 equals to 0. Now simplify this, you have 2 here, 1 here, and 3 here, that's 6I4, and here you will have negative 4I0 double dash equals to 0. Okay, now that will be 6I4, that's a 6, equals to 4I0 double dash. Now let's make I4 equals to 4 over 6 I0 double dash. Now for the second loop, let's replace everything with the I5. 1 second. Let's move this to over here. Now for the second loop, you will have negative 20, and this is minus 5I0 double dash, because we replaced I5. And then this is also minus I0 double dash minus I4. Because I replaced this I5 with this, it just becomes negative I0 double dash, and negative I4 stays the same. And this is plus 5I0 double dash and 4 I5 basically. 1 second. This is 1 second. I4, and then this is plus 5I0 double dash, and then plus 4I5 equals to 0. Now this I5 is I0 double dash negative, so just make it negative 4 I0 double dash equals to 0. Now here's negative 4, here's positive 5, here's negative 5, so negative 5 with positive 5 cancel, and then negative 4 with negative 1 becomes negative 5. Now let's just separate these. Negative 5, I0 double dash, and for I4 you only have negative I4 alone. And you can just immediately replace I4 because we have it as 4 over 6 I0 double dash. So just put 4 over 6, and it's negative, so negative 4 over 6 I0 double dash. And the negative 20, you can move it to the other side, it will be positive 20. So we'll now combine these two together. You will have combine these two together, you will have negative, this is 2 over 3, and this is basically negative 15 over 3. If you do it like this, I0 equals to 20, and this is negative 2 over 3 I0 double dash. So now combine these together, you'll get negative 17 over 3 I0 double dash equals to 20. So that is 60 over 17. Negative 60 over 17 amperes equals to I0 double dash. That means combining I0, the answer is I0 equals to I0 dash plus I0 double dash. So I0 dash was 52 over 17 amperes minus 60 over 17 amperes equals to I0. So I0 equals to negative 8 over 17 amperes. That is the final answer.